Hi, and welcome to this video on conditional constructs in Python. Hi, I'm Raghavendra, an expert in AI, ML, and data engineering. By the end of this video, you will be able to demonstrate the usage of if block and its variants, analyze complex if blocks with multiple conditions. Let's take a simple Python code with an if block and an else block. So what we are going to try to do in this first piece of code is we're going to check if a number is either even or odd. So I take a number in x and I have the if block followed by the condition over here. So I say x mod 2, the remainder after division, I'm going to check if it is equal to 0. So I put a colon and it marks the beginning of a new block. Please remember, in Python, when you put the colon at the end of the line, it marks the beginning of a new block, and the new block has to be indented. So Python code, it's very important to follow indentation, else your interpreter is going to throw an error. So you're going to have this statement within the if block, that is print the value of x and say it's even. So then I have the else block here. I have this keyword else followed by colon. It begins another block. So again, you see the indentation. You print the value of x and print a message, it's odd. So let's now execute this piece of code. I say control enter and you see 14 is even. Now suppose I change this value to say some number like say 17. So 17 mod 2 is definitely not equal to 0. What happens is that this condition is going to return a value false. The if block is going to be entered only if the condition given to supplied to if is going to return a value true. So here in this case, with x has 17, the condition is going to be false. You're going to move on to the else block and execute it. If the condition with if is false, move on to the else block. If the condition given to the if is true, you execute the if block. So now the condition is false, so it goes to the else block. It should in fact print the value of x followed by the message it's odd. Yup, you see this here, 17 is odd. Great, let's move on to another example. So we have multiple ifs. The first example we just had an if with an else, and now we are going to see multiple ifs. Let's see how it works. X is equal to 5. I have a condition, x less than 10. If this is true, it prints this statement. If this is true, it prints this statement. It checks each condition one after the other. So there's no dependency here between the first condition and the second condition, irrespective of whatever be the output. So it checks both the conditions. So the first condition, x less than 10, if it's true, prints this message. X greater than 0, if it's true, prints the message. So there is no else blocks here for these each if blocks. So in case the condition fails, nothing gets printed. So if the first condition fails, nothing is printed for the first if block. If the second condition also fails, again there is no alternative message because there is no else associated with each of these ifs. So let's execute. So you have a value x as 5. So both the conditions x less than 10 as well as x greater than 10. So you have both the conditions x less than 10 as well as x greater than 0. Both these conditions are satisfied. That is x less than 10, x greater than 0. So you see both of these messages being printed over here. X is smaller than 10 and x is smaller, and you have x is bigger than 0. So that's the message over there. So let's move on to another example. We have chained blocks over here. We have x stored as 20, y as 15. So now I have the if block. If x less than y, the condition is true, it prints this message. If not, so I have another condition to be checked. That is else if, I denote it using the keyword ELIF, I have another condition. If the first one fails, I have another condition in else if to be checked. That is x greater than y? Then I'm going to print this message. If both the conditions, that is x less than y or x greater than y, both these conditions fail, then I have the else block which is going to be executed, right? So now let me execute this piece of code and see what output we are going to get. So we get a message x is greater than y. Why did we get that? The first condition, x less than y, x is 20, which is not less than 15. So you didn't have this message being printed. Then we check the condition if x is greater than y. Yes, 20 is greater than y. I print this and I'm going to end my block. Right? Suppose if this condition is also not going to be true, say suppose I take both x and y as both 20, now this condition fails, this condition also fails, and I'm going to go to the else block where I print the message x and y are equal. So let me execute that. Yep, you see the message, the first condition fails, the second condition in the else if also fails. So you go to the else block, print the message x and y are equal. Moving on to the next example, so where we are going to nest ifs. So within an if, I am going to have another if condition which is being put over there. So I say x is equal to 5, then I have my first condition if x greater than 0. So I'm going to begin the block, and if this condition is true, within the block I check for another condition, that is if x is less than 10. If so, then I'm going to print a message x is a positive single digit number. Let me execute this. The statement is going to be printed only if both the conditions which are nested one beneath the other are satisfied. You will have that message being printed. So let me execute this. Yep. So x is 5, which is definitely a single digit number, which is a positive single digit number, and you have both the conditions being satisfied over here. Next, we are going to learn about how are we combining conditions using different operators like and or. First, we are going to combine conditions using and operator here. Right? And we are going to say x greater than 10 and x less than 10. I'm going to have both these conditions supplied to if. If both these conditions are satisfied, only then I'll have this statement being printed. So and is an operator which is going to return false. The combination of two conditions is going to be true only if both the conditions are true. So if these two conditions are true, I'm going to print this message x is a positive single digit number. So x is 5 and I print x is a positive single digit number. So next, we can as well combine conditions using the or operator. So the outcome of or is going to be true if either of the conditions is true. Either the first condition or the second condition is true, the final output is going to be true. So here is an example where we are combining conditions using or operator. So the final outcome of or is going to be true if either of the conditions is true. So I take x as 15 and y as 10. So I have a first condition supplied to if is x mod 10 equal to 0. So if x is divisible by 10, then the remainder is going to be 0. I'm checking if it is equal to 0. And y mod 10 equal to 0. So if either of these conditions satisfy, then I'm going to print this message. X has a value 15, which is not divisible by 10, but y has a value 10, which is divisible by 10. So if either of the conditions, so I'm not very strict over here as in the case of and, so either of the conditions are satisfied, I'm going to have the final outcome as true and I'm going to enter the if block. So here you go. So let me execute it. So I get the message either x or y is divisible by 10 because I had the second condition which was actually satisfied, that is y mod 10 equal to 0, that was satisfied, but the first one did fail because it is not the true case here. Okay. Moving on further, we have another operator. So and or are called as Boolean operators. We're going to give a conditional output, which we are going to use to combine conditions for if. Likewise, we have another operator called as not operator, which is going to negate the condition. So I have this condition here. If not of x greater than 5, if the whole outcome is going to be true, then I'm going to enter the if block. So I'm going to say the negation of x greater than 5 condition. If it is true, I'm going to print this message. So x is 4, right? So x greater than 5 is going to be false. Negation of that is going to be true, and I'm going to enter the if block. So I'm going to print this message. X, the number is less than 5. In this video, we have learned that an if block is executed only when the condition associated with the block is true. The condition associated with the if block is false, then check for the condition associated with the subsequent else if blocks denoted by the elif keyword. When none of the conditions associated with the if or the else if blocks are true, then the else block is executed. Conditions to the if block can be combined using and or operators. It can as well be negated using the not operator. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next video.